Hey guys, in today's video, I'm honored to interview Bud Brown. Bud Brown is back from the U.S., California, back to Dumaguete, the city that he loves. We talked to him about his time back in the U.S., how he feels being back here in Dumaguete, how Gloria feels about being here in Dumaguete, and we also talked to him about age gap, dating sites, expats. We sort of hit everything. The price of coffee. Has inflation gone up here in Dumaguete? Are the prices higher? So I hope you enjoy the video. It's a pretty long video. I hope you stick around to the end. And here's Bud.
I was here. A lot of people that know me and have followed my channel know that I've been here a few years. I think around 12 years. And then my children who live in California said, "Mom, Dad, you've been gone too long. Come home. You stay with us. You won't have to worry about bills or anything. Just come, and we want to be with you." I find out later that they really kind of thought that we were on our last legs. That's why they pushed it even more. They didn't realize that
They didn't want you to pass overseas away from them.
That's right.
Be around your loved ones.
So, especially when they said, "Don't worry about any bills," that kind of perked my ears up. Really?
You're going to pay for everything?
Yeah.
Everything?
So we did. We moved in with our kid. First, we stayed in the house, and they bought us a little trailer that they had parked a little ways away, and it was great. I mean, we and we did. We had food, we had shelter, we had clothing. There's a certain hierarchy of needs. I forgot what the fellow's name, but a psychologist talked about what's food, shelter, clothing, and we had all of that. But and for the first year, it was pretty good. But we were way out in the country. And the only time that we really got to see anyone was a doctor's appointments. Oh, boy, we're going to see the doctor today. Hey, Doc, how you doing? All fellow patients. And, hey, everybody. Hey, Joe, how's your leg? And, how's your diabetes? And so I started to realize, man, that gets pretty, I don't know what bad when your only excitement and socialization is going to the doctor. So the second year, we were there 2 years, we said, even though our health is paid for, we got good insurance, we have all of our human needs, I miss being around people and just shucking and jiving and having a social life. I just miss it. I didn't realize. And then as time went on, I realized that is a real human need. That's why in prisons they have what is it, isolation or what's
right? That's punishment.
Yeah, punishment, and it's a severe mental anguish to not. And I know there's hermits and there's exceptions.
Some people like that.
Yeah. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I first got here, I said to myself, okay, I'm just going to, and I'm going to deviate in a little bit, but I'm going to live in a little village by myself and everything, which we did live in Dumaguete, which is just on the other side in Cebu Island.
Mm-hmm.
It's small, but we kept finding ourselves coming over to Dumaguete for the mall and meeting people. So back to when we were in California, I said, honey, let's go back to Dumaguete. Okay. And we told the kids, and surprisingly, oh, great. We want you guys to be happy. If you feel, you want to go back, you have our blessing. And so we came back. Mike, oh, it was the greatest feeling until now. We've been here 2 months to know I'm going into the restaurants. Oh, you're back. Yeah, good to see you. Both employees of the restaurants and, expats that I hadn't seen in a while. And so I really, really enjoyed it in this. Well, I didn't know what kind of word to use or concept, but it really is community, to belong to a community. And I'm realizing, I still like to have my uh, times of, by myself and go out and I'd sit in the corner of a restaurant and have my cup of coffee. But by and large, going out and meeting people and old friends plus new friends too. Of course, Gloria was always saying, how do they know us? I said, honey, you're on the video, you're on YouTube.
Gloria's the famous one, too.
Yeah, but when we go to a hypermart, this lady says, oh, Ate Glow, Ate, the older sister. Ate Glow, it's so good to hope you. And Gloria says, Sino ka? Means, who are you? Filipino.
A lot of guys, they'll mention to me because of the life they had back home, they want to be away from foreigners. They don't want to be around anybody.
Mhm.
And maybe that's true in the initial stages when you get
Yeah,
here.
that's understandable.
But in a community like Dumaguete, we have a strong community now. You don't have hundreds of friends here, but you have a handful of select close friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that helps everyday life, plus takes the boredom away, gives you something to do.
Right, right. And yeah, expats, it's a double-edged sword. I say as long as you behave, you're welcome to come here, to my city, which I consider Dumaguete.
You've always stated in your original. I watched you back in the day, and you always say, "I'm here in Doom. I love it," or something.
Yeah, I love it here.
You love it here.
Yeah.
And I never really understood the point of why you would love one city, but once I moved here and I had a community, it was nice. Yeah, you got jerks everywhere. You got people you don't want to associate with.
Yeah.
You have to decide if this is somebody you want to hang out with or not. But once you have that close circle of friends, it's not that you meet them every day, but when you do, you got 2 hours of blah blah,
Yeah.
like we do.
Yeah.
And let's go back to when you first came here 12, 13, 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have community, or were you here raw?
The reason everyone coming here, usually there's some Philippine connection of some kind.
Usually a girl.
Yeah, usually a girl, or they employees that they work with that are Filipinos say, hey, you ought to come to the Philippines. You would enjoy it, blah blah blah. We had a neighbor who he and his wife have a nursing home there, which is a common thing, Filipino. They're
The caregiving homes.
Caregiving, yeah.
Yes.
And he said, so he said we have a business, a resort in Cebu City or Cebu, just outside, called Bogo, Bogo. And what really? I said we'd like to go there, and so we did go there, but we found out that it was almost like being on a honeymoon in the sense that everything, your breakfast is ready, sir, and it was almost Gloria. When we went out, we stayed there a week. She would go to the people that were the employees who were squatting down, washing the clothes, and Gloria would sit down with them,
wash with them,
chica,
Yeah.
And I would talk with the employees, and we're not used to being pampered. That's exactly the word. We're not, and we don't feel that comfortable being pampered. So I said, let's just go down. And so the more people I talked to, they said the farther south you go, this is on Cebu Island, the farther south you go, the more peaceful it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, that turned out to be true. So we went down, and almost towards the end of the bottom of the island, we caught a bus, by the way. I said, let's get off here. And they had an open market. And people were very friendly. Gloria got along with them, and I'd like to talk with them too. And we said, let's maybe this place is what we want. But and we did. We eventually lived there for 2 years, but it was a little bit too primitive for us. We an hour. Dumaguete was an hour away across the ferry. Mm-hmm. And we would go here once a week, or sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a week, just to come to Dumaguete. And so through circumstances, we eventually moved to Dumaguete, and we started meeting people, especially if you frequent restaurants. They'll know your face, and they know you.
Yeah, they're very good at remembering your name and faces.
Yes.
And
And several, especially the Gabby's restaurants. There's 3 or 4 of them here. I told him, when you see Mr. Brown pulling into the parking lot, get that coffee ready, because that's what he's going to want.
Guys, check out Gabby's restaurants when you're here in town.
Yeah.
The selfish promotion.
And then when I walk in, they'll have a tray with the coffee. They'll say, automatic. Okay.
Well, they know what you like. You know, it's the same thing when we go like Tom Tom's. Before they changed it, the old Tom Tom's, I'd walk in. I didn't even have to go to the counter. They would just start it. And yeah, so familiarity is great. But when you got here and you didn't know anybody, Dumaguete is a little bit of both. You have provincial life here.
Yeah.
But you also have the Western things to remind you back home.
Yes.
You know, Fibber McGee's now, and I don't know what was here, 12 years ago. But you have the McDonald's, you have traffic, you have people, you have the boulevard. It's a nice balance of the two.
And I've had commenters say, you go halfway around the world and you go to McDonald's? What's the matter with you? But when you first get here, so many things are different. You would like a little familiarity.
Taste of home.
And so McDonald's, the colors are the same. The menu's a little bit different, but there's some familiar. So you feel a little bit more confident. You can start off there, and then you can work your way out into.
I'm telling you, start off there before you start off on just pure street food.
Yeah.
Get used to the street food. When we go to Cebu, first place I head for is Burger King.
Yeah.
And it's something I miss, and it's familiar.
Yeah.
And the menu close to being the same. There's some differences to it, but you can feel at home when you want comfort food. Mm-hmm. But then you can also live the little risque life and buy that food at, what do you call those, Candelarias?
Candelaria. That's pure Filipino, and it's very inexpensive, but
it's been out there for 8 hours.
No.
And that's breakfast.
No.
Be careful for people who want to live a cheap life.
Yeah.
But here, now that you're back, old friends are, a lot of people have passed. We lost Mark.
Yeah.
Gio is gone. He's in the U.S. now during this video. Have you noticed a lot of old friends not with us anymore? Not just that, but moved back home?
I've been here about 2 months now. April 6th, May 6th. Yeah, April 6th, May 6th. This is June 6th. About
close.
Coming on 3 months. And no, I've kind of been going into. I'm going to my regular haunts that I normally do, and I haven't expanded, and I will. I haven't even gone to. This is close to Valencia that I've been since I've been here.
Yeah.
I mean, I like coming to Valencia, but at this point, I'm thinking, hey, just let's get settled in first, before I spread. And I want to go to Dow, and I want to go to Bacong, because I like going there, but I want to get settled here first, and then also, just between me and you,
don't tell nobody. Guys, close your ears.
We're thinking seriously. First you think, and then you think seriously, and then you do it.
And then you forget about it, maybe.
Yeah, we're at the thinking seriously part about getting our own vehicle. We'll probably get a tuk-tuk like we had, like the Blue Boy. We just like it.
You're used to it.
I'm used to it. So probably next month we'll be getting a Blue Boy or a tuk-tuk. So once I get that, then I'll be able to spread my wings a little bit, and go and do some more traveling and stuff too. So go to Bacol, Darwin, up to Valencia. Yeah.
Have you found, is the coffee better now or same? Has the quality improved?
Not really. Your coffee is good that I'm here. You invited me for coffee.
We have Folgers, drip coffee.
But I forgot. Some of the things are coming back to me now, that you just don't come in to a restaurant here, at least in Dumaguete, and say a cup of coffee. They'll say hot or cold or brewed. Or
instant 3-in-1,
instant Americano. And so now they know who I am, what I want. But I forgot. Yeah, can I have some coffee brewed, please? You never say that in the States. Can I have some? Well, can you imagine if you went to, Denny's? Can I have some brewed coffee?
or Filipino coffee, or all the different types. Well, here's the big question. Since you've been gone, you come back. Have you noticed the price increases here? Has
The gasoline has increased, but the rate of exchange has gone up. It was about 50, and it's gone up and then it's coming down. So then it was like 59 when we got here 3 months ago. Now it's like what, 55?
It's 55.7. Yes, I watch it every day. Just for reporting purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But 50 is a number you're comfortable with,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But have you noticed the prices go up 10%? Because that's what the exchange rate changed. Your basic necessities.
Basic necessities.
Do you eat out for the same money in coffee?
Yeah, it actually has. It seems like it's about the same.
No big
big change.
Because you're not into the buying of the pickup truck and
No.
The 75-inch flat screen TV and
No.
You're a simple man, simple taste.
Simple mind.
Now, does Gloria let you go out on your own? Does she trust you to
Definitely. And that is a very interesting question. And that's a common question that the Filipinos ask.
Yes. And I'll tell a story about that after.
Yeah. They're always saying, how come your husband's not with you? And we've been together like 53 years, Mike. Can you imagine? I can't even believe it.
That's long.
She was 21. I was 22. Now she's 75. I'm
You're
76.
telling her age? Okay. Oh,
well,
my God.
I mean,
we'll blur that out. 75.
Or you can pixelate my name so you don't know what it's telling.
You guys been together a long time. That's a success story of its own. For those of you who don't know, Bud and Gloria, you did a TV show here in the Philippines.
Yeah, they made a movie about our love story. Yeah.
PG.
But I have to say that if you watch it, you need to have a box of Kleenex, right?
Oh, no. Is it tears?
Even myself.
I've never watched it.
I'm watching, I'm saying, oh, that poor girl.
That poor girl.
She had dyslexia and still does. And here in the Philippines, they don't really know.
They don't catch nothing.
Especially 50 years and 60 years. Oh, come on.
Even now,
So they, for her to, to look at a simple word like B-O-Y, boy, she said the letters are get mixed up. And her parents were no help at all. Oh, you're just lazy. You're stupid. You're an idiot. Your younger brothers and sisters are smarter than you. Yeah. Consequently, I hate school.
Yeah.
She quit.
Education's gone. Same thing with glasses. Kids who can't read because their eyesight's bad.
Yeah.
It's but you guys, all this time together. I know when I go out, if I'm going to get on my motorbike and drive into town, and Janet doesn't come with me, it texts us all the time. Are you there yet? Did you make it? Are you okay? If she hops on the back, she don't care.
Yeah.
But it's And I go to restaurants local here. The Hideout is the one. I walk in there, and I'll order some food. They go, "Where's your wife?"
Yeah.
The first time I go, "How do you know I have a wife?" "Oh, Janet, we're cousins." I go,
of course.
You can't cheat on a girl here. Everybody knows their
everybody.
cousins are related.
The news will get home before you do.
It's usually, where's your wife or your husband? Because are you up to no good?
Yeah.
And they report on you. But in your case.
No, matter of fact, she'll say, oh, he's out with another
girl. Yeah.
What? Really? Come on.
I don't know Gloria. I've only met her 2 times in person. And the one time, this is when I first came here and I first started doing YouTube, you were being interviewed by somebody, and you and Paul and another guy were taking turns being interviewed. And Gloria comes in the ground zero, and she sat down. "Where's the old man?" And Paul pointed to where you're at. "No, more bullshit." She ordered food.
She's a hoot.
Doesn't care what's going on.
She's a hoot.
And but she's happy on the return.
She is, and I was very nervous when we first got here. I mean, we took a chance to come back because her health, she was right on the brink of death there. and she'd lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, when you get there, people are going to say, "Oh, pumayat ka." I mean, "Oh, you're skinny now. You're skinny," and uh, and and she'll and also when you lose weight, you look older because your skin is more wrinkled. So she looks like. But when we were there the first year, I mean, she was losing her balance. She had fainted 2 or 3 times because the blood pressure medication was too strong, and the blood pressure came down, and she had fainted. And here I am looking at her, and she's laying there like, ugh, I don't want to say. But she's getting better and better. And she was about 90% of 100% health when we made this decision
To come back.
And so now she's on her own. Our neighbors, she has so many so-called yayas. People are always watching her around town. I feel that
You're comfortable with
the
her.
town is watching her, and the town is taking care of her.
I've run into people who have brought their Filipino wife back to the Philippines, not at this late age, but like right after retirement, and they don't like it. They want to go back to the U.S. They get used to, oh, I had a job, I had a nice house. I don't want to wash clothes. I don't want to do all this, and then they end up getting a maid and eventually going back home. But Gloria is really
Meaning go back to the States.
They call the States home, where Gloria considers the Philippines home. And
she does.
So this is the best place for her to be right now in her life.
She's a hot shot here. I mean, she's been in the States for 45 years or so. And so, Ate, what is it like in the States? In the States, it's very strict. You can only go one way on a one-way street. You can't be coming doing those cross cruising. And you have to stop at the stop signs. It's strict in the States.
Speaking of YaYao, Janet has a friend, Mars, who's probably watching this video, and they have a YaYao room. And the room is for her husband to go hide when she has her friends over, the yao-yao, because it's a lot of talking back and forth. So yao-yao, is that what the term is, women getting together to gossip? Is that what yao-yao more or less?
Yao-yao is like flapping your gums. You're just
talking and talking.
You're just talking and chit-chatting.
No reason, no rhyme, no nothing.
But I'm sure you've noticed that many times when that happens in the living room, it sounds like they're getting ready to go into a fist
sometimes
fight,
especially if they're playing if they're playing bingo or something. I don't know, the card
voice.
game. Put your money in. We have fun with that.
Right in here. We're just talking. Go back in your room.
Yao-yao is a great term. I like that. One day I'll do a video on yao-yao. Here. So you're here, and you're just happy with your life. You have your channel going again. It's never gone away. It's never gone away.
No, and I realized too that when I moved to the States, my subscriber count was going to go down, and I don't blame them, because who wants to, like I was saying, a old retired teacher living his daily life in the Philippines, it could be interesting. But an old retired teacher living his daily life in California, boring,
You did have one good you had many good videos, but one video I really liked. You headed down to the coffee shop. And I remember you would be walking, and I'm watching this video. You had to be putting the camera.
It's on a fish post.
Walking back, so you could be walking to it, turn around, walk away, and then walk back. So whatever that distance was to the coffee shop, it must have been 10 times as long. And it was a highway road truck stop, or a coffee stop on the highway?
Coffee shop, it was way out in the desert. I was corrected by some of my viewers saying it's technically not a high desert, but there's boulders, there's bushes, there's it looks like a desert.
It's desert. You go live there, guys. It's a desert. There's rattlesnakes out there.
Rattlesnakes.
If they have rattlesnakes, it's a desert.
They had rattlesnakes, coyotes, and I woke up every morning. I opened my trailer door, and little cottontail rabbits
running around. Yeah, free lunch.
Yeah,
free lunch.
yeah.
So here, any problems with varmints, and are you used to the lizards?
Yeah.
You missed them when you were gone.
No,
that's
the geckos is really kind of like expats, that they're a double-edged sword in a sense, because when I first got here, people say, "Oh, don't complain about the gecko because they eat the mosquitoes," which is true. They eat bugs, they eat mosquitoes, but they also crap down the walls. And on your anything that's on the kitchen.
And they bring those big ones in that eat them.
Yeah,
which is worse. Those, what do they call those? The ones that croak. Well, they have these bigger lizards.
Yeah,
and they'll bite you. As a person, if you get close. We used to have one that would hide behind a wall-mounted TV.
They make a certain sound.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
They make a noise when you're here. We don't have any in this house. Knock on wood. We had a mouse.
Really?
But the dogs ended up getting it. So
good.
I think I don't clean. Janet does. I don't know if she finds.
Do you have geckos here?
No. This is pretty well insulated house. The doors are right to the bottom there, and it's the smallest. The smaller they get in here, and they don't live long. But the bugs. We had snakes in our yard.
Really?
We had a big brown rat snake.
Yeah, they're harmless.
Yeah, they were. My dogs unharmless them.
Those dogs are mousers and snakes.
Everything. They catch everything. And we had the little green tree snakes that they said are venomous, but mildly venomous. But snakes, I don't like snakes. But that's about it.
Yeah.
So what are your future plans? Are you going to travel or just hunker down?
Well, here's the plan. And I wish I knew myself for certain, but you never know how
everything changes.
Everything changes, and I've learned to never say never. As far as we were gonna, when people ask about ever going back to the Philippines, there's an expression. It's similar to the English expression "when pigs fly," but it's when the crows turn white. That's the Tagalog expression.
Is that?
Yeah, when the crow. Yeah. Pag pumuti ang awak. That means when the crows turn white. And so I would say, no, that was another chapter. The chapter is closed. That's it. But, as life would have it, here we are. We're happy. And so the plan is we're going to take it, and in one sense, day by day, in the other sense, month by month, year by year. And the number one factor is her health.
Yes.
Her health. I don't see a reason for us to go back because she has a specialist doctor here at Holy Child named Dr. Koo, K-O-O, Koo, Chinese fella. And he's very good. And they take her blood. The blood tells everything, really.
They do the blood test there.
The blood test, and it's not that much.
No, everything's so inexpensive.
That's right.
Until hospital stay, I guess. But
and so we are saving our money for our own, emergency funds, which we're not in the habit of doing, but we've learned to do that. So we'll stay here, and originally, many, many, many years ago, my plan was, Dumaguete is going to be my home base. And I think a lot of guys had this idea.
Me too.
This is my home base. And then I wanted to travel around the Philippines. Gloria's not a traveler, and she doesn't mind if I travel. So it's perfect. Yeah, go ahead. Get out of here.
Take your girlfriend. Go have your time. Janet tells me the same thing. Call your girlfriend. I don't want to go. Call your girlfriend. Meet her there. I don't care. And then she's just, I can see her looking at all my Facebooks.
Oh, well, when people ask Gloria, or they'll try to get her goat saying, I saw your husband with another lady over at the she'll say, I hope she's rich.
I hope
he's
she's
expensive.
he's expensive.
They don't understand that we trust each other
Explicitly,
explicitly.
Isn't that to get off a topic, isn't that the key to a healthy relationship and life here in the Philippines?
Yeah.
When you have a partner, is trust.
Trust.
Everything else is
number one.
If you can trust somebody, how easy does that make you? Where you see these guys talk about, oh my God, the family's going to take all this from me. Oh my God, that will get ripped off here.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
No, that's one factor. That's a big factor. That's not a problem.
None. It's none in my life, and I think a lot of guys come on. It's a stereotype of Filipinos that they're after they're looking for a better life, of course. Everybody, but they're not looking, oh, how much can I steal from him? I don't think that's the vast majority.
There's some, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's always exception, but the vast majority.
Yeah. They just want a secure life, and who can blame them for that? I mean,
well, you've had lots of married friends here in the Philippines over the years. The percentage where the guy finally broke up with the girl and saying, "Oh, she just scammed me," to the ones who just had a happy life, the
Very
happy life,
small, the
happy
negative.
life overrules everybody else. It's a much larger percentage.
I used to poo-poo the dating sites. Mail order, blah, blah, blah. But there was so many success stories.
There are.
That my attitude has changed a lot.
How are you going to meet somebody?
Yeah.
As a single guy, you get off the ferry, you check into the Bethel. Now you don't know anybody. So you can walk up to strangers, or you can get on a dating site. It could be a free dating site. It could be Facebook. And say, hi, my name is Joe. I just got here. I'm single. I like how you look. Hello. And then she talks back, and then you start a conversation. You meet some. I think it's a necessity nowadays. I don't think you need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. But, that's how they communicate here.
Yeah.
How are you going to meet somebody, even that lives in Bacan or Darwin or Valencia? The chances of just bumping into somebody and that's the girl. Slim.
Yeah, slim.
And we hang out in places where the girls you bump into they're good for now, but they're not good for a lifetime.
I know. And also my attitude has changed on the age gap difference. I used to think, hey, now that, but I have met so many, large age difference, and years have, of course, I'm watching, okay, we'll see. Years have gone by. They're happier than ever.
Me and Janet, 38 years.
Really, I didn't know that. But it's a success story.
You don't notice it because it's not the girl in high heels, mini skirt, low cut top, makeup. The flashy girl with a real old guy. It's just general life.
Yeah.
It's just they just happen to be younger, and what is it? The mean age in the Philippines is like 27.
That's what I've heard.
It's a young population here. So chances are you're not going to find a lot of older women who aren't taken. But I know a lot of 40-year-old women who are gorgeous. Anne Breakable, who I did an interview with, she'll be on an upcoming video. Heidi, C&G consultant, she's 28, but she's educated and beautiful. It's Wang. A lot of you guys watch her. She's 40 and beautiful with children. Many women are beautiful, 40.
The Filipinos are all.
God punished the rest of the world.
What can you say?
They said either you can be rich or beautiful, and they always said, "We'll be beautiful." We're in America. We're saying, "Let's be rich."
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll get there.
Good point. No, the race itself, and one guy, I was a little bit perturbed at him because we were trying to have a conversation. He kept looking around, and I just stopped talking. And he said, go ahead and talk. I said, yeah, but I would like you to. He said, but all these beautiful women. He said, don't you think they're beautiful? And I said, yeah, I do. I honestly, I think they're a beautiful race, they're beautiful people. I love their, their face, their skin, their figure. They're just a beautiful people. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna, slobber
over 'em.
and you just appreciate the beauty, like a beautiful painting.
Don't you notice in the international beauty pageants, the Filipino woman is always, if not the winner, she's always in the top
Yeah,
5 or something. It
yeah.
always seems that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get in trouble. We're going to change subject.
I know.
On that note, guys, we've been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
Check out Bud's channel, Bud Brown. Is that what you call him now? Just Bud Brown?
I think it's just Bud. If you look up Bud, Mr. Google knows me, and so if you say Bud Brown in the Philippines, it'll bring up my channel.
I'll have a link in the description, and also I'll pin it in the comments section. Check out his channel. He did a nice interview with Paul a while back, and he also did one on budgets, and we got some interesting 360 camera work.
Yeah,
which I'm jealous of.
That's a new toy I'm playing with.
Check them out, guys. It's a lot of fun. Leave a comment. Tell them you saw them on my channel.
Yeah.
And until next time, thanks, Bud.
Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.